How's it going, humans? Thanks for stopping back by the channel. Today I'm riding the monkey. I'm out riding the monkey, knocking the dust off of it, trying out these new shocks that I found online. I'm sure if you guys are into monkey bikes, you probably know exactly what these things are. So stick around for the intro. We'll come right back and we'll do my little review on the Man-in-the-Box Honda Monkey shocks. Hi again. So these shocks I bought probably about 2 months ago, and I got them from a company called Man-in-the-Box, and they are I guess they're pretty popular amongst the small bore community. This place right here, that's how you spell it if you're looking for the website, MNNTHBX.com. I bought these, like I said, about 2 months ago, and I haven't had a chance to ride with them on yet, other than just kind of around the block by my house. Simply because when I bought them, the weather was crappy outside, and I didn't feel like going riding in the snow and the ice and the rain and the crap and all that stuff. So I pretty much just swapped out my old shocks, put these new ones on there, and put the bike away. As you can tell, I don't know, maybe the camera's not going to pick this up, but there's dust all over this thing. She's filthy. She needs a bath, but that's all right. We'll take care of that a little bit later. So anyways, I haven't had a chance to do anything with them. So on today's video, we're going to take these things for a test ride with these new shocks on here and kind of see how it does. I have high hopes. I think it's probably going to perform pretty well. People online, when they talk about these shocks, they have nothing but good things to say about them. They're adjustable. I know you can, it comes with a little wrench, and you can kind of adjust the preload on these things. I haven't touched them at all. I haven't moved the adjustment on them, so I'm just going to ride it right exactly where they're at. I don't even have to mention how to install these things, because it's 4 bolts, 4 nuts, whatever you want to call them. I can't even remember. I think they're just nut caps here, or bolts and things. You basically you unbolt one side of the bike, you take the old shock off, you put the new one on, you tighten it back up, and then on the other side it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing you might have to do is, when you got it leaned on the kickstand, just kind of push it over a little bit, take some of the load off the shock until you pop them on there and put the nuts back on, and you're done. It's easy. It literally took me 12 minutes to put these shocks on. No challenge whatsoever. So it's a really boring installation. Anyways, we're going to go do some riding, and we're going to ride on some, I don't know, I'm going to try to find some rough roads and things, which isn't going to be too hard, because the roughest roads in my town are in the nicest neighborhood. Kind of weird, huh? So I got a special treat for you guys. You're going to be able to watch how the action is unfolding on the shocks, because I've got my little GoPro Hero 7 right here mounted to the swing arm, so that ought to give hopefully an interesting perspective of what's going on with these shocks back here, dust and all. All right, we're going to head out and see what these shocks are all about. Okay, let's talk a little bit for a minute. I am 6 foot 1 inch tall, probably about 220, 225. So I'm not a little dude. So I'm going to be putting these shocks to the test. So the problem with the other shocks, being a bigger guy, is they're pretty soft. While that creates a nice, comfortable ride, it also means that you bottom out quite often. So I'm sure bottoming out on shocks is probably not a good thing to do for the shocks themselves, nor is it good to do for the chassis of a bike. So putting these shocks on here means that hopefully that won't happen anymore. This is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, neighborhood in my town. Has some beautiful houses around here. I mean, these things are freaking turn of the century old school mansions. It's got the roughest roads in town. These are still the old concrete roads that they probably put in here back when concrete was invented. So I'm not really sure how old the streets themselves are, but these sure are as hell are rough. Which is perfect for this video. I don't know what the speed limit is. I'm gonna make sure I didn't kick my camera off of angle. But yeah, freaking awesome, awesome neighborhood. So beautiful. Ah, here we go. Here's a bump. That was 20 miles an hour over that speed bump. Hopefully there's another one up here and we try it again. We got dips, we got bumps, we got cracks, we got all kinds of stuff going on here. Ah, here comes another bump. I'm gonna hit this one. Once again, I've been doing about 20 miles an hour. I did not feel it bottom out at all. That was cool. These shocks are awesome. So hopefully, MNNTHBX still has some of these things in stock. I haven't looked, but if you jump over there to their website and take a gander, you might find a pair. And for the money, they're freaking awesome so far, as I could tell. Yeah, that was 22 miles an hour, no bottoming out. And these aren't them little baby speed bumps, man. These things are like 3 feet wide. Probably a 6-inch rise, a dip, big old dip, cracks. Here's another one. We hit it at 25. That was 25, no bottom out. You know what's nice about these things too? I noticed it's like they're not overly stiff either. What do they call these things? Progressive? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I know 2 things about motorcycle suspensions: jack and shit. The jack left town. Look at some of these houses around here, just freaking cool. You got big ones, you got little ones. People staring at my monkey. That was weird. There's like a little stutter right there. I think this, I think I probably need to put some new gas in this bike. It's been in here for, I don't know, what's it been, 8 months? It's non-ethanol, but it could probably use a fresh tank. So another thing I've been thinking about doing is Takagawa, I think is how you pronounce it, makes an exhaust for this bike. It basically just replaces the factory can inside the muffler housing, that chrome housing over there, and you reuse your factory reuse the factory cover, and it looks factory stock, but it has a really nice sound to it. So I'm thinking about actually replacing man, these shocks ain't gonna bottom out. These are awesome. I'm thinking about replacing my exhaust on this just to get a little bit of fart can noise coming out of it, because that's one thing I did miss about my little Z125 Pro, my Kawasaki, is it had a really cool sound to it. It wasn't overly loud because of running a silencer in it. I don't remember what brand it was. Man, that thing was cool. So I'm kind of wanting, you know, to make a little noise on this bike. So I know, you know, I thought you were going to leave it stock. Yeah, I'm going to leave it stock for the most part, but it's my bike. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to it. And right around my turn signal on. I do that more on this bike than any other bike I've ever owned, simply because I really got to crane my head down to see the turn signal lamp flashing. Maybe that's probably why that guy was staring at me. Look at that dumbass going down the road with his turn signal on. Got nothing to do with the bike, it's the dumbass riding it. We're just going to go back through this part of the neighborhood here. Hopefully hit another speed bump or 2. And yeah, I think it may be enough. Turn my turn signal off this time. 25 miles an hour again. Man, this thing is just so well composed now with these shocks on here. I don't feel like the front end wants to come up. You know, it's not transferring too much weight over the back tire and making the front end a bit light. I don't know, I like it. Another bump, hit it at 25. No big deal. Pretty awesome. You know, it's funny, when you own one of these little mini bikes, in your mind, after a while, when you haven't ridden them, you're thinking how slow they are. You know, my little 125, you know, tops out at 55 miles an hour. So, you know, after riding my Harley for a while, it's like, you know, I kind of don't want to ride my slow little bike today. I think I'm going to ride my Harley. But to be honest, these things are just so freaking capable and so fun in town. That is like, if you guys don't already own one of these things, man, get one. They even got a 5-speed in them now, which I'm hearing is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. If I bought another one of these things, man, it'd just be just to beat the snot out of it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would never buy a motorcycle just to beat the crap out of it, that's for sure. Alright guys, well there you have it. I'm going to give them 2 thumbs up. 5 stars probably. I mean, if they withstand the test of time and don't break, as long as they keep performing like they just did on that ride, because that's pretty much like the roughest stuff I ever go over is just crappy roads. I don't do any off-roading on this bike. Yeah, I'd highly recommend these shocks, you know, for the price that they are. I'm sure they've probably gone up, maybe, you know, 10, 20 bucks or something like that. But even if you were to pay $150 for these shocks, I'd say that they're still a good value, just because they changed the handling of the rear of the bike so well. I mean, I went from riding squishy shocks and then taking a big long break from this bike to riding these nice firm progressive shocks back here, and to me it doesn't feel like the same bike anymore. The front end suspension, I never had a problem with it, but the back was just too much of this, you know. Factory shocks on the Monkey, this is what the back does. Whereas with these, they got a nice compression and rebound on them, and they just kind of stay there, and they don't bottom out, man. So they're just like awesome. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here in front of this house where I'm sure some sort of horror movie was probably made here. It had to have been. I don't know if this is part of the property for the hospital or what, but if I had to make a horror movie, I'd probably make one in here. No trespassing, of course. Look at this. Man, that's wild. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Stop by the channel, please. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. Comment down below, you know, talk about whatever monkey stuff. We're really trying to make another go at this YouTube thing, and I need your guys' help. So do me a favor, help out. I better stop this stupid camera. And thanks for watching again. We'll see you guys on the next video. Ride safe. Have a good day.